Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to our respected lecturer. My name is NURAINI binti Latif and my matrix number is BB19110361. So based on the situation, based on the cases, why should the company adapt to a new changes? So in my opinion, a successful business must always adapt to the changing world. Adapting to changing condition is an important part of running your life and your business. It is a simple truth. Nothing is forever. Time changes and business changes as well. If you want to achieve success as an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to adapt. Without adaptability, you may find yourself in serious trouble. And as the business landscape changes constantly, you have to be ready for it. In order to adapt, a company must have its antenna tuned to trends of business environment changes, understand them, and quickly react to refine or transform its business model. The ability of an organization to adapt is a great competitive advantage. A company that is adaptable is open to new ideas and doesn't need to do things only because that's how they have always been doing. They are able to foresee changes and don't panic when things don't go according to plan. All businesses that last more than a few years need to transform as the time goes, whether it is by redesigning its product, updating technology, or adding or deleting items. Albert Einstein once said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." Adaptability can help you think outside the box and come up with creative solutions. By opening up to change, you are also opening to new opportunity. By being adaptable, you can question the status quo. And at this point, entrepreneurial magic happens. Remember, Uber, the app was created by two friends that could not get a cab in Paris after a conference and thought it would be great to have a digital option for easily booking a ride. For new opportunities to flourish, you need to be open to change, and this can help you to dream up the next big thing. If your competitive environment is uncertain and is changing fast, you require a dynamic and sustainable way to stay ahead. Adaptation doesn't mean begging your head against a wall expecting a different result. Adaptation means persistence on a broader scale. So next is, what are the new changes you are proposing? In my opinion, they help you upskill in managing complex multi-stakeholder systems in an increasingly interconnected world. Perhaps most important, they have learned to unlock their greatest resources, the people who work for them. In order to adapt, a company must have its antenna tuned to signal of change from the external environment, decode them, and quickly act to refine or reinvent its business model and even reshape the information landscape of its company. For example, a leading media company that was suffering from a high rate of customer churn revamped its analytic approach to customer data, applying neural network technology in order to understand patterns of customer loss. The company found hidden relationships among the variables that were driving churn and launched retention campaigns targeted at risk customers. The accurate rate in predicted churn was an impressive 75% to 90%, a huge benefit, given that every percentage point in churn reduction added millions of dollars to the bottom line. So the last question is, why should the company consider your idea? In my opinion, we live in an era of risk and instability. Globalization, new technology, and greater transparency have combined to open the business environment and give many CEO a deep sense of unease. Just look at the numbers. Since 1980, the volatility of business operating margins, largely static since the 1950s, has more than doubled as has the size of the gap between winners, companies with high operating margins, and losers, those with low ones. As we know, sustainable competitive advantage no longer arises exclusively from position, scale, and first-order capability in producing or delivering an offering. All those are essentially static. So where does it come from? Increasingly, managers are finding that it stems from the second order. Organizational capability that foster rapid adaptation. Instead of being real good at doing some particular thing, company must be really good at learning how to do new things. And last but not least, the goal of most strategy is to build an enduring and implicitly static competitive advantages by establishing clever market positioning, dominant scale, or an interactive niche, or assembling the right capability and competency for making or delivering an offering, doing what the company does well. Those that drive are quick to read and act on signal of change. They have worked out how to experience rapidly, frequently, and economically, not only with products and service, but also with business model, processes, and strategy. So, to conclude, in an increasingly interconnected world, they have honed their skill in managing complicated multi-stakeholder systems. Perhaps most importantly, they have figured out how to tap into their most valuable assets, which means their employees. To adapt, a company antennas must be tuned to signal of change from the outside world. They cope then and move fast to refine or recreate its business model as well as reconfigure its information landscape. Being adaptable in the workplace is important for a number of reasons. For one, employer value employees that are successfully able to manage changes in the workplace. In addition, the more adaptable you are, the more productive you will be overall. This is important because being able to handle change with ease frees up the time you might have normally spent being stressed out when a new challenge presents itself. Being adaptable is also important because it showcases your ability to be resourceful, display your leadership skill, determination, analytic skill, and more. They are all valuable qualities that an employer looks for in an employer. So that's all for me. Thank you.